Over 2,000 years ago, during the Warring States period, one emperor ordered his scholars buried alive. Why? Because their ideas contradicted the state. Truth in ancient China could get you killed. And yet, those very truths, the ones men feared, outlived every dynasty. These aren't just quotes. They're warnings. Lessons carved into silence, buried with sages, and reborn through time. Lessons that most men learn far too late. If you believe wisdom should be earned, not just heard, like, comment, and subscribe. These words might just change how you see everything. Life lessons. He who rushes to speak often silences the truth within. 2. The blade you hide in your smile will one day cut your own throat. 3. A man who seeks revenge digs not two graves, but loses his soul in both. 4. You can conquer a city easier than your own desires. 5. The greatest prisons are not built with stone, but with comfort. 6. Men sharpen their swords and dull their minds. 7. The loudest man in the room is often furthest from understanding. 8. If a man brags of wisdom, listen instead to the servant beside him. 9. A tree grows strong not from praise, but from storms. 10. The water that erodes mountains never shouts. 11. Most men climb ladders built against the wrong wall. 12. A wife is not chosen with the eyes. She is seen with the soul. 13. Time is more ruthless than any emperor. 14. He who eats alone never understands generosity. 15. The moment you believe you are right, you stop growing. 16. The man who chases gold ignores the rust inside his heart. 17. Honor is kept, not claimed. 18. A full belly reveals a man's true thoughts. 19. If you cannot serve in silence, you are unfit to lead. 20. When a man fears his reflection, he blames the mirror. 21. There are no wise men in the marketplace of ego. 22. Youth seeks answers, age understands questions. 23. The son who ignores his father will hear his own son's silence one day. 24. The greatest strength is walking away without hatred. 25. A clever tongue builds nothing. 26. The one who curses his fate is often the one who shaped it. 27. You can buy loyalty, but never respect. 28. Men who kneel for wealth will one day bow for mercy. 29. The fool seeks power over others. The wise seek power over self. 30. He who forgets history repeats it, but with more pride. 31. A warrior without self-discipline is just a butcher with armor. 32. You cannot carve peace with a sword. 33. The hand that builds is remembered longer than the hand that destroys. 34. Patience is louder than rage. 35. Do not mistake activity for progress. 36. The wolf that hides among sheep eventually forgets how to hunt. 37. Discipline is eating bitter herbs for the sake of future sweetness. 38. He who listens deeply hears what was never said. 39. A home built on lies will flood with every rain. 40. The one who knows 10 books and understands none is more dangerous than the illiterate. 41. A single honest friend outweighs 1,000 flattering guests. 42. The body is a chariot, but the mind must hold the reins. 43. Men who never cry often drown silently. 44. In the name of honor, many have betrayed their conscience. 45. Do not build your future on someone else's back. 46. The truth spoken at the wrong time becomes poison. 47. Fear your comforts more than your challenges. 48. The man who avoids pain avoids wisdom. 49. Death is not the enemy. Wasted life is. 50. When the scroll is closed, the silence begins to teach. Now, here's the part men never expect. The next 50 lessons reveal what even the wisest emperors never understood. Not about war, not about wealth, but about the quiet truths. The ones that crack open your soul if you're brave enough to face them. If these words stirred something in you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Don't miss the truths hidden in silence. Before we begin, if these timeless lessons have made you reflect even for a moment, like this video, leave a comment below, and subscribe for more soul-shaping truths. Your support brings ancient wisdom back to life. 51. The road to wisdom begins with embarrassment. 52. The enemy outside cannot harm you if the temple within is whole. 53. Those who kneel to every god end up serving none. 54. The mouth speaks loudly when the heart is empty. 55. A single day of clarity is worth a lifetime of confusion. 56. Do not envy a man's harvest if you never saw his drought. 57. One who cannot sit alone with his thoughts will always chase noise. 58. A scholar without virtue is a sword without a handle. 59. Destiny whispers, ego shouts. 60. He who names himself wise has already failed the test. 61. The body grows old quickly, but the soul decays only through neglect. 62. The fire inside must warm others, not burn them. 63. He who fears criticism starves his own growth. 64. If your enemy is hungry, feed him, this is power. 65. Those who chase fame are forgotten fastest. 66. Sleep is the reward of a clean conscience. 67. A man may master 10 disciplines, yet still be a stranger to himself. 68. The right moment never arrives, it is made. 69. A house full of treasures is lighter than a soul burdened by guilt. 70. You are not what you did. You are what you continue to allow. 71. Teach your son restraint before strength. 72. The wise man learns even from the child who stumbles. 73. Words are like arrows, once released, they do not return. 74. If your friends all agree with you, you are alone. 75. Anger is a mask worn by grief. 76. When men fear losing, they forget how to live. 77. Do not bow so low for peace that you forget how to stand. 78. Silence is not weakness. It is the sound of control. 79. Regret walks behind haste. 80. To see the stars, one must first look up from the dirt. 81. A broken man can still pour wisdom into others. 82. The storm you run from may be the one that cleanses you. 83. Wisdom is often the scar you didn't ask for. 84. You cannot drink salt water and expect to quench your thirst. 85. The throne you fight for may one day be your cage. 86. He who speaks to win loses the truth. 87. Even bamboo bends before it breaks, so must men. 88. If you cannot wait, you are not ready. 89. True courage is weeping without shame. 90. Some men die before death, they just forget to live. 91. To know others is clever. To know yourself is profound. 92. What you endure silently becomes your teacher. 93. Justice without mercy is cruelty in disguise. 94. Wisdom comes not from age, but from reflection. 95. Not everything broken must be discarded. 96. If you guard your heart too well, nothing can enter or leave. 97. Let go or be dragged. 98. The tree that forgets its roots cannot weather the wind. 99. Sometimes you win, just by not becoming what hurt you. 100. The final lesson. Your time is not promised, only your choices are. Final reflection, a short story of one man's lesson. A man once climbed the steps of a mountain shrine to ask an old monk the meaning of life. I have conquered kingdoms, he said, but I feel hollow. The monk poured tea into a cup until it overflowed. Why did you do that? The man asked. The monk replied, because your cup is full of victories, but empty of wisdom. Empty your cup. Begin again. The man returned to the mountain for many years. He never asked another question. But every time he came back, he walked slower and bowed deeper. In the end, he found no answer, only peace. If this story touched something in you, share it. Like, subscribe, and tell us which lesson hit the deepest. These words are not just meant to be heard, but lived. See you in the next journey, seeker.